Hi everyone, just another quick video. Please subscribe and hit the like button. I need at least a couple of thousand subscribers within the next 8 years. I'm going to reach Arwinian levels. So this video is about Nathan Oakley and his attitude towards women. Anyone who's been around this scene for a while will know that Nathan is very brave on the microphone, but he's a bit of a wimp in real life and probably wouldn't say boo to a goose, to anyone he met face to face. So let's get into this video. So this is a video from a while ago. It's from a channel. The channel is just called Emma, and you can hear an example of how Nathan speaks to women here.
So, one of the spastics from Bev's show has decided to come along with the ad homs. The thing that Bev's got an issue with, he thinks he's getting attacked personally. Well, this fucking stupid bitch attacks everybody personally.
Let it all out, Nathan.
Dead air.
Come on.
Dumbo doesn't understand when his name's not being used.
Now I've made my point to the rational people who will hear this afterwards.
You used ad homs. You didn't make any fucking points, you stupid bitch. You're thick!
My point is, you're doing the same thing. About
oh, there she is again. The belligerent, spoiled bitch. Excuse me, daddy issues. The adults are talking. That means you're not. The fact he doesn't understand it,
my point,
the fact that he doesn't understand it means I can call him by demonstration a spastic. It's not an ad hom, it's a demonstrable fact, love.
Okay. You just, whatever, Nathan.
Not whatever, you stupid bitch. That's my fucking argument and demonstration of him being a spastic. Unlike you just claiming somebody getting arrested. That's not an argument, bitch.
No?
No, it fucking isn't, you stupid daft cow. That's me demonstrating him stupid with an argument, you stupid bitch.
I'll leave you to do that while I...
Yeah, well, go fuck off to the rest of the spastics then. You don't need to announce it, just piss off.
So straight away there you can see what a nice guy Nathan is when he's speaking to women. It's absolutely disgusting. I'd love to see him talk to me like that face to face. So one of the main points of the flat earth argument is that space doesn't exist, and they deny that satellites can be there, for example, and they don't think the moon's real and things like that. It's absolutely crazy. They just don't think space exists. They think that a container is necessary for the atmosphere to stay in place on Earth, and that a container is necessary for that, basically. So this girl's come into the chat to try to explain that the location of the container, which they say they don't know where it is and they've got no interest in speaking about that, but the location of the container makes a difference. Because let's say, for instance, their container is outside the orbit of the moon, then there's no problem with satellites existing, for example. So she's just in the chat trying to explain that. If Nathan hadn't just jumped in right at the end of a chat as soon as he saw something that threatened his argument, he would have seen that this girl isn't even a glober. She seems to be kind of sitting on the fence. In fact, that's what she says in the opening statement on the chat window that you can see there. So I'm just going to go through the chat and we'll see how Nathan deals with people when they say something that slightly threatens his argument. So just looking at this comment here, the girl's just saying, I'm explaining that the arguments don't work without knowing the location of the container. It's one of the main reasons I'm still on the fence. Nathan's response to that is, we have cycles, dumb fuck. So I'm guessing he's talking about the water cycle there. Yeah, because Nathan's always saying not to swear on his show, so somebody else has jumped in and said, what happened to no swearing? The host is the exception. So the next comment's from Nathan saying, yes, they do. You have no container and the space for rockets to go that is high vacuum, Evie. That's all debunked. Now, this girl wasn't even denying that the container exists. She's just talking about the location of it. He goes on to say, outer space is fake. You can't have gas pressure without a container. If the sky was a vacuum, the gas we breathe would fill the space, which obviously is complete bollocks. And also, like I said before, if he hadn't jumped in right at the end of the conversation, he would have realised that this wasn't the girl's argument anyway. He then goes on to say, if rockets can go to Mars, so can the gas we breathe. Evie then says, I don't actually believe myself that there is a container around the entire universe. It could be for all I know. Nathan goes on to say, we'd all be dead, because basically he thinks that if there's no container, then all the air would rush off into space and we wouldn't be able to breathe. Now, the fact that they don't believe in space makes me think, why do they need a container in the first place? Nathan then goes on to say, nobody cares what you believe. Evie then makes the point the container could be outside Mars orbit. So she's given him the container here and just explaining that they don't know where the container is. It could be outside of Mars's orbit, which would make, things like satellites and that a viable thing, obviously. Again, this other guy saying flat earthers can't get away from the container but can't follow the physics logic, okay, which is completely true. Nathan responds with, fascinating again, nobody cares what you believe, Dumbo. Prove it. Now, he's always asking people to prove things, but he can't prove shit. So Evie's saying, wow, I can't prove it. I'm not even claiming it, which, to me, looking at the chat, doesn't look like she is claiming that. Nathan's saying, just spouting baseless shite then? And Evie said, I'm just asking questions, Nathan, that's all. Nathan's response to that is, shut the fuck up, idiot. If you want a container near Mars, you are dumb and trying to cling to a dying faith. Again, it's pathetic. Again, she wasn't saying, she's not saying or denying flat Earth. She's not denying the container either. And so I don't know what dying faith he seems to think she's clinging to. And she goes on to say there, I can't get around the holes in the argument. So, basically, as we can see now, there are loads of holes in this flat Earth argument, which she's trying to address. Nobody cares about your mental struggle, says Nathan. Scroll down a bit more. Nathan says, go speculate elsewhere, dum-dum. So Evie said, no mental struggles here. And then he's quoted Evie there saying, I can't get around. Deal with your mental struggles elsewhere, Blondie. Now, I don't even know if this girl's blonde, but already it's kind of getting insulting. Nathan then goes on to say, meanwhile, outer space is fake. You can't have gas pressure without a container. If the sky was a vacuum, the gas we breathe would fill space. He just doesn't understand or believe in gravity. He thinks gravity's not a thing. Inventing a container near Mars in the retained heliocentric nonsense is spastic talk by a dumb blonde. Again, I'm not even sure that she's a heliocentrist, but again, a dumb blonde is calling her now. Just because she's asked a few questions, she hasn't been insulting in any way. Someone else has said there, the flat earth debate gas pressure argument is almost as weak as their flat baseline, which only exists in the maths. Clear, Nathan says with an exclamation mark. Someone else has then commented, thanks for the hospitality, Nathan. The intellectual honesty here is still found wanting. Goodbye. And he's obviously then just left the chat. So then Nathan goes on a bit of a rant here, you can see. This is obviously addressed to Evie again. Asking questions, nope. Being a Dumbo. We clear, Evie. You are pathetic. She's just responded, okay, will do, Nathan. Bye. Learn how to speak with respect, Nathan. I'd have you in a submission hold in about 20 seconds in real life. See ya. I can quite believe that's true as well. Go be blonde elsewhere. Container out near Mars. Spacker talk. Now that's disgusting. Spacker in the UK is short for spastic, so he's basically calling a woman there a spacker or a spastic. We don't tolerate spackers. Take 5, Dumbo. So he's timed her out of the conversation now just because she's asked a few questions. But as you can see, the chat just dies. He kills his own chat. Everybody leaves. It's just all Nathan talking from then on downwards until he ends up saying, get lost, arsehole. And we don't know who he's speaking to, probably just himself because he's the only one left in the chat. So all this is obviously stuck in Nathan's head and triggered him a little bit. Obviously an argument that's worrying him a little bit maybe. Because a couple of days later I was listening to the show and I heard this.
Yeah, beyond that, who cares? I mean, all the rest of it is just nonsense. I got a bit annoyed yesterday whilst listening back to one of the after shows to the chat commenters. One of them, I think it's called Evie or something. And you get to the point where they accept that there's a container required in order to achieve gas pressure. And they start asking you a question about, what if the container's out at Mars and, you know, the gas is just produced within that area? It's like, get lost. You know, at the point that you understand that containment's required, I couldn't give a crap about your, you know, difficulties and mental cognition problems. You know, oh right, you now need to fathom what the container is. That's fascinating. A container's required.
She never denied the container.
Because the space is from sea level out to everywhere. That's the space. So there is no container in the heliocentric model. So your speculations are irritating. What? Well, it's just it's a reorientation of the original heliocentric faith to try and incorporate this anomaly that defies their belief. So they incorporate some ad hoc explanation within their current heliocentric rhetoric, and that just annoys me. It's like, I don't give a crap about your need to retain your heliocentric faith beyond its debunking. In this particular instance, it's like, I'm just asking questions. Like, no, you're not. You're speculating to retain your heliocentric faith. Now, at the point that you're saying, yeah, okay, what about where the container will need to be? We'll need to know that. No, you need to know that now that you realise you need one. Me, I don't care. You suddenly need to know where it is, because you're programmed to ask the next question, well, where is the dome? All right, well, we need containment to be breathing. Your heliocentric model is debunked. Beyond that, I don't care what you need to fathom. It's not of concern to me. But any evidence you can have gas pressure without a container?
No, no evidence, and that's why it's still my favorite of all time.
So once again, Nathan, I don't think she was even presenting the heliocentric argument. You really are a sad, pathetic excuse of a man. You absolutely disgust me.